Hi everyone, I'm Alexandra Kristen, the founder and CEO of Glam Seamless Hair Extensions. A few months back, I was asked by Blow to come and speak, and although I can't be there in person because I am having a baby in a few weeks, I wanted to send you all with an important message. See, I'm so excited to be here with you all today because I know exactly what it's like to invest in a business and then have this amazing opportunity to scale it. But let's be honest, business is not all the glam that it seems to be. It takes a lot of hard work and determination to go in and day out and make your business profitable. From having the best service to a strong team and getting your business super profitable, growing a business takes a lot of grit and a lot of determination. I know that because I started Glam Seamless 10 years ago with just $1,500 in a 2-bedroom apartment in New Jersey. My journey over the last decade to create Glam Seamless into a household name for extensions was not an easy one. Today, I want to walk you through everything that I've endured, as well as leave you with 7 tips for you to go back and win in your business. I know many of you all are franchise owners, you've invested in this business, and you are ready to take it to the next level. The good news is you're part of an amazing community. The Blow community has been an amazing one. We partnered with you all over the past year, and it's been awesome to work side by side with so many franchise owners. This event and why I'm here today is to really highlight my experience and how I got Glam to where it is. See, today, Glam, as I said, is a household name, but 10 years ago, it wasn't that. Let me take you back to understand where it all first started. 10 years ago, I was just starting out my entrepreneurial journey. I had my 2-bedroom apartment and an idea to create an amazing line of extensions. Now, I did this with only $1,500. I had no outside funding, no business partners, and no money from my parents. See, a word that people would have used to describe where I am today is impossible. Impossible is the word that people would have given to me to describe my chances of success. Based on the statistics, I shouldn't be at where I am today. I shouldn't have the skill set, expertise to be leading and running a company. I shouldn't be financially stable, and I shouldn't be a successful entrepreneur. But I am because I grew up in chaos. I was comfortable with it. I embraced it. I saw the opportunity that it created. So let's talk about that, because in this day and age of being an entrepreneur, the reality is it's all about chaos. Chaos is a word from the ancient Greeks. When you Google what chaos is, it means utter confusion, disorder. Usually chaos is a negative word, but also the Webster Dictionary has another second definition of what chaos is: a state of things in which chance is supreme. See, business is chaotic and it can be scary. In business, things go wrong every single step of the way. But as business owners, we must recognize that chaos is opportunity. It's an opportunity to create something from nothing. And that's what we're all here to embrace. The key to success in business is to embrace the chaos, to focus on the opportunity that is created in the disorganization and the confusion. And not only to handle it, but to seize it. If you let chaos scare you in business, and there is a lot of it, it will consume your thoughts. You may think of chaos as negative, an indication of failure. My business isn't going right. People are quitting. Things didn't come in on time. Customers are unhappy, because these are the elements of business. But the reality is this chaos is your opportunity to take your business to the next level. I know this firsthand because my natural state is chaos. My life growing up was chaos, and guess what? Building my business over the last 10 years was chaos. But I took that chaos and I embraced it. I was never scared of it. I saw opportunity and I had the vision of what that chaos could become. To really understand my story and how I got here, we need to rewind to 23 years earlier. See, growing up, I didn't have the perfect clothes, the perfect hair, or a cookie cutter house in the suburbs. My dad wasn't in the picture, and my mom had to work 2 to 3 jobs at a time. Her main job was a paralegal, but sometimes she'd also work as a waitress or sell things on eBay for a little extra cash. See, side hustle really runs in my blood. When I was younger, we had a small studio apartment, but it was anything but glamorous. That studio apartment was gray, dark, dingy. My mom did her best, but we struggled to support the two of us. Day to day, the realities of living in poverty caught up to us. When I was 6 years old, my life got even more chaotic. My mom went to jail for 6 months. Now, sure, it was just a few small misdemeanors, but it was no doubt the result of her lack of opportunity, guidance, and resources. I woke up one night and my mom wasn't there. Ready to go to school, I had to walk myself 2 blocks down the street, all alone. Of course, I was really sad and scared at the time, but looking back, I never blame her, because how could I? Through her struggles, she showed me an example of a strong, resilient woman, and she taught me how to be resilient too. My life changed, though, with an opportunity. When I was 9, my mother met this amazing woman who turned out to be an angel. She was her colleague at work. She told me about this amazing school called Milton Hershey School. It was a boarding school for children in poverty. This school provides incredible scholarships for children living in poverty and would even pay for my college. My mom applied for me to go to this school. I'm not sure how she had all the time amidst all the chaos in her life. She filled out the application, mailed it in, prepared me for an interview. We visited the campus, and next you know, my life changed. I got accepted into the school. I turned my chaotic life into one filled with opportunity. Then at 18, I moved to New York City to study business. Despite not having the same support system as my peers, I graduated with a degree in business marketing. But when I graduated, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I liked business, but I knew that the corporate world was definitely too structured and too safe for me. I tried a different few jobs, a few side hustles, tried to be a plus-size model, worked in reality TV, worked as a nanny, but at the end of the day, I was just so bored. I kept going home, turning on Shark Tank and thinking, I need to do that. I need to make money on my own terms, on my own schedule. That's when I realized I needed a little bit more chaos in my now stable life. So I picked up a book, How to Start a Business, and from that day on, I never put it down. I brainstormed business ideas and wrote them down in my journal. Honestly, none of my ideas were really that good, but they got better because one day I was inspired. I went to a hair salon and I was getting a blowout. See, I've usually worn extensions, clip extensions at the time, but I was the type of girl that couldn't afford semi-permanent extensions done in a salon. So I'm in the salon, I'm getting my hair done. The stylist next to me is holding up these human hair extensions. And they told me they were tape extensions. I really wanted these extensions. I asked, how much are these? I was shocked because these tape extensions were thousands of dollars. This was 10 years ago when tape extensions were brand new and really unattainable. They were so expensive. So after that trip to the salon where I realized I couldn't afford these extensions, I did what most people would do. I went online to see if I could get these extensions for cheaper. But then I found no one was selling tape extensions online. See, at the time, tape extensions were only sold direct to salon owners and at a very high price. I saw the competition. There was no competition online. There was only a few YouTubers selling clip-ins. They didn't know the market, especially not like I did. At that moment, I had my business idea. Honestly, I thought it was just gonna be a side hustle. I took my last $1,500 and I got started. I didn't have any money for ads, photo shoots, not even employees. I had to rely on nothing but my hard work because that's the reality of owning a business. You don't need a lot of money to get started or to scale it. I became obsessed with my product and it paid off. 2 years later, I was selling millions of dollars, all from my 2-bedroom apartment. All of this is because I created my own opportunity amidst the chaos. Each and every one of you face chaos every day in your business. So here's my advice on how to embrace the chaos and find your opportunities to grow your business. Here are my 7 pieces of advice to win in business. The most important thing, number 1, is to be passionate. When you are growing a business, it's important that you are in a field that you are passionate about. If I wasn't passionate about hair extensions, honestly, my company would have failed. It's too hard and too frustrating to give 100% to something that you aren't passionate about. If you aren't passionate about your product, your service, how can anyone else be, including your team? You have to be passionate about it or you won't be able to win. 2, invest in the early years, especially mothers. Being a mother changed everything for me, but the one thing I didn't let it do is slow me down in business. See, I was determined to make sure that my child had a financially stable life and also had a role model to look up to. I focused on my business as a way to make sure that my daughter never needed to struggle in poverty like me. I made crucial decisions to scale my business while I was pregnant. Before she was born, I took out a high interest business loan. I used this loan to invest in a night nurse, a nanny, and I hired new employees to help Glam grow. At that point, I knew that I needed support to maximize the business's profits and to give time to care for my child. I opened an actual office and finally moved all of my product from my living room into a brand new office. I completely separated my work environment and my home environment, but I was still working 50, 60 hours a week. I followed a strict money management protocol early on. I saved 20% of my profits, spent 30% on essentials, and I invested the rest back into my business. When I look back on that time, growing my business, my daughter was my main motivation. The reason why Glam scaled so quickly was because I had big goals for my daughter and because I invested in things that gave me something incredibly important, and that is time. Time to work, time to be a mother, and that's the reality of owning a business and also being a parent, especially if some of you are parents out there. It's important, especially mothers, to focus on how your child can make you stronger, a better entrepreneur. Yes, motherhood, parenting, it is chaotic. But instead of thinking of your child as a bar to success or a limit on growth, you should really embrace it and let it move you on in your business. So my third advice when it comes to winning in business is know when to let go. See, as entrepreneurs, we're told to never quit. We're expected to push and push through every single obstacle until we're on the top. The truth is, the key to growing your business is knowing when to quit. Now, I don't mean quitting your business when it gets hard or giving up on your dreams. I mean knowing how to let go of certain parts of the business so that you can focus on parts that will actually help you grow your business. For me, I learned this lesson when it came to my team. Back in the early days, I used to struggle with firing people. I'm sure we all do. But as the years went by, I developed the strength. Back in the day, though, this used to really, really hold me down. There were times when I would rather endlessly coach people and train them rather than to fire them. I'd rather take on their incompetence and just let it go on. But over time, I found this to be very draining. Not only did I have to focus on my job, but now I had to do theirs too. Once I learned to let go, I learned it made me and my company stronger and more profitable. For example, if your current marketing strategy isn't working, let it go. Get a new one. If your internal reporting structure isn't working, let it go. Come up with a better one. If you're struggling to come up with the perfectly worded business plan, trust me, let it go. Spend more time on important tasks like creating a great service or product and taking your customers and your team to the next level. If you recognize that something's not working and if you're scared to let it go, your business will suffer. To grow your business faster, let it all go. My fourth tip when it comes to winning in business is educate yourself on the areas of your weaknesses. I like to call them blind spots. Now, all of us as entrepreneurs have a weakness or a blind spot. It could be marketing, managing a team, or dealing with finances. But when we run a business, we can't afford to have those weaknesses in our business. So that means we're either spending more on our business to hire people, or the business continues to suffer and lose more money. As entrepreneurs, we have to take the initiative to get educated on what the weaknesses are in our business so we can turn them into strengths. See, when I first started Glam, I didn't know anything about running an online business. I didn't know SEO. I didn't know social media marketing. And guess what? I didn't go out there and hire an expensive marketing firm either. I took the time to educate myself. See, I learned SEO all on my own. I learned how to blog. I got Glam to rank on the first page of Google, all because I educated myself. I used social media to propel my extensions into the limelight with the perfectly targeted demographic. By educating myself on an area of weakness, I had more funds to allocate to important areas like hiring more employees or purchase product. See, as business leaders, we have to accept our weaknesses and either hire for them or learn them. If I had accepted my weaknesses as given, I may have just wasted a ton of money in the business. But that is my fourth tip here. We have to take the initiative to turn our weaknesses into a strength. I did that years ago, and it paid off 10 times. Tip 5, employees are not an expense, they are an investment. Now, I know when you're looking at your profit and loss statement, you're thinking compensation and benefits, definitely a lot of money. But the reality is, you have to be an incredible leader in business with one-of-a-kind ideas, but you can't grow your business all alone without people. Please don't shoot the messenger, I'm just being honest, but the reality is when it comes to looking at a profit and loss statement and getting your business to the most profitable place, as we all know, people can be one of the biggest expense. We have to reframe our thinking when it comes to people in our business. It's not an expense, it's one of our biggest investments. By focusing on hiring a few loyal team members, this can add serious value to your company. Not only will they bring diverse skill sets and new ideas, but they can also lighten your workload and let you focus on what you do best to make your business more productive and more profitable. Don't forget, I took out a high interest loan just to bring in more people on my team. Sure, it was a huge risk, but at the end of the day, it was such a great investment. When it comes to people in your business, if you have the mentality that you can do it all or the staff is just an extra expense, something you can't afford, you're eventually going to burn out. I know because that was me in the first few years of my business. Trust me, you can afford the investment. Your people are going to be one of your best assets to scaling your business and will unlock the key to ultimate profitability. The sixth tip I have in business is to be adaptable. Things won't always go your way, in life or in business. After all, it is chaotic. The key is to adapt to what's happening instead of focusing on what's not. You can spend 3 hours complaining about a shipment that's going to be late, or you can spend 3 hours finding a solution. When you're running a business, there's no time to plan for things that may or may not happen. You already have to deal with a lot as a business owner. But the best way to grow your business is to look at what exactly is happening and adapt. Respond to those issues that you see right in front of your face. If you're too busy focusing on something that isn't happening, you're gonna miss what actually is. Being adaptable is the key to becoming more profitable faster. My seventh and last tip to winning in business, and this one is my favorite, is you have to break the rules to get ahead. Sometimes you need to break the rules to grow your business. When I started Glam, I broke so many rules. In fact, the concept of Glam entirely broke the entire industry rules. At the time I started, tape and extensions were only a product for salon professionals. They were sold only to distributors. If you wanted to get your hands on a pair of extensions, you need to call a number and wait days for a sales rep to call you back. The unspoken rule was that salon owners wouldn't buy a product from me. They said, no one's gonna buy professional salon extensions online when they can just get it from a distributor. But that rule didn't make any sense to me or to where the industry was going. I knew the basics of business. I knew intuitively that salons wanted to get extensions at a great price, just like customers did. So I questioned the rule and then I broke it. I entered the market around the perfect time and found out that I was right. Salon owners wanted to buy extensions from me and they wanted their customers to be able to buy too. Salon owners wanted to grow their business and not have to worry about selling and buying extensions for their clients. As you know too well, salon owners are busy. Owning a salon is chaotic. I capitalized on that and helped salon owners focus on what was important for their own business. I revolutionized the way extensions were bought and sold in the beauty market, all because I was willing to break a rule. When it comes to really looking at your business, what rules can you break that are legal, of course, to get ahead faster? Growing and scaling a business is definitely something that's challenging, but it's 100% attainable for anyone who's willing to go after it. Everything that I just said is easier said than done. Some of it might not even apply to you, but I know something that applies to every single business owner, no matter the industry, no matter how big or small your company is, or no matter what walk of life you come from. We all, as business owners, have to embrace the chaos. As I said, I was surrounded with chaos my entire life. From growing up in poverty, I learned how to handle it. I was able to embrace the chaos when I started a successful company. I embraced it when I sat on the floor stuffing extensions into a bag, when I stood in line at the post office to send out 40 packages a day. I embraced the chaos when I was pregnant and running my business with my first child. No two businesses will ever be the same. No two companies will ever take the same path, but every successful entrepreneur has to learn how to embrace the chaos. We have to recognize that chaos in business is an opportunity. It's where the growth happens. It can be scary, and yes, it's definitely challenging. But chaos is what the universe grew from in the Grecian abyss, and chaos is what will help you grow your business too. I'm Alexandra Kristen with Glam. Thank you so much for today.